Tonight on PM Magazine, see what happens when Heart-to-Heart Stephanie Powers corrals her famous friends for a celebrity polo match to help save wild animals.
Even though a roller coaster ride is a frightening experience, we can't get enough of it. Find out why we love to be scared.
Then, what's it like to live in a haunted house for 10 years?
Experiences like that turned this couple into ghost hunters.
Also, Bob Sarlett takes a humorous look at the do's and don'ts of office etiquette.
And we'll get another recipe from our guest chef. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of PM Magazine. Tonight finds us visiting a bright spot here in our town. If you love art galleries, we're at the right place tonight for things that they have, all shapes, sizes, different kinds of artworks. The Lawrence Gallery in downtown Portland. Hi, I'm Cheryl Hanson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Linnman, and Christmas shoppers, take note. Art galleries are great places to find unique gifts for that special someone. And this winter on PM Magazine, we're going to visit a lot of Portland galleries and show you what's going on. And there's a lot of good ones in this town, too.
That's right. But right now, we're going to head to Maryland and talk to a couple who say that their house has been haunted by ghosts for the past 10 years.
That experience turned them into professional ghost hunters. And tonight, we're going with them to a house they say might be haunted.
Tonight, we will be searching for the ghost that haunts this house with two experienced ghost hunters, Ron and Nancy Stallings. To many people, ghosts are simply figments of the imagination. But to Nancy and Ron, they are quite real.
I didn't always believe in ghosts. In fact, until we moved into the old house that we bought, I really never gave it much thought about ghosts and was always brought up that there was no such thing.
In 1965, the Stallings bought this old house. For the first few years, life in their new house was just fine. Then late one night, they were awakened by the sound of their 9-year-old son screaming. Something in the house had attacked their son, and not long after that, it struck again, this time at their 7-year-old daughter, Deborah.
She woke up in the middle of the night screaming. I ran into her bedroom to find it, and I know this sounds like baloney. Her bed was elevated off of the floor. The mattress was twisted over top of her. It took all of my strength to pull her from the mattress. I got her out, the bed crashed down the floor.
We were very much frightened. We tried to move. I don't know how many times we tried to move. It seemed like we couldn't sell the house.
And we had all our money tied up in this house, so we were trapped. We couldn't move. We had 7 children, and it was just me working.
So we were stuck there for 10 years.
For 10 long years, they tried everything, but they could not get rid of the spirits. They even had the house blessed, but nothing helped. In desperation, they contacted Dr. Hans Holzer, a well-known investigator of haunted houses. Dr. Holzer visited the house and found it was haunted by the ghosts of Confederate soldiers who had died there in the Civil War.
I saw Hans Holzer taking photographs around the house, and I said, I didn't know you could photograph these things. How can you photograph something you can't see? He said, I use a very light-sensitive film. I started taking photographs, and we got results.
One of the photos, taken in the basement, shows the mysterious image of a jacket and sleeve of what looks like a Confederate soldier's uniform. To Nancy and Ron, this was photographic proof that spirits haunted their house.
So I knew then that I took these photographs. I had them processed, and there was things on them that I did not see in that room when I took the photograph.
For the past 7 years, they have investigated hauntings in and around Maryland, and they have taken thousands of photographs like these. Under close observation and controlled conditions, they have successfully obtained photographs and what may be the voices of spirits on tape. Last year, they investigated this 250-year-old mansion, and under the supervision of a television crew, they got this mysterious image of what seems to be a woman in an evening gown. Their quest for answers has led them here to a 280-year-old farmhouse in the Maryland countryside. The owners of the house believe they have heard the footsteps of a ghost walking in the upstairs hallway. Under close observation and using film which we have provided, Ron will attempt to photograph the ghost, and Nancy will try to record the voices of spirits using equipment we have given her. With her tape recorder rolling, Nancy enters one of the bedrooms. There she detects a very strong presence, and Ron takes several photographs.
I'm trying to really prove to people, too, truthfully, like myself, that, hey, we do live after death. Something happens to us. We go on.
By the end of the night, Ron has taken more than 30 photographs. When they are developed, however, they show nothing unusual. But they did pick up this strange voice on one of the tapes that says, "Do you want to talk?"
"Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?"
Is this the voice of a ghost that haunts this house? Sometimes it seems you were left with more questions than answers.
We're searching for answers, And every time we think we've found it, something new comes up, and we find how much we don't know.
Hey, I don't know. I'm still a skeptic. I doubt whether the voice on that recording was really that of a ghost.
You know, though, there are a lot of Americans who believe in ghosts, about 20%, so maybe it's something to think about.
Maybe so. Let's change subjects. You know Stephanie Powers?
Oh, yeah, Heart to Heart.
Well, you know her? Then you must have gone to her big polo match, right?
I wasn't invited.
Well, she had a big polo match for all these celebrities. I had to clean the garage that weekend, so I didn't get to go either. But it was all for a very good cause, and we thought you'd like to see how it went.
Living glamorous, exciting lives is how we picture the rich and famous of Hollywood. But their leisure time is not spent solely on fun and entertainment. Helping charity organizations and other good causes is a main part of the lives of many celebrities.
I'm so thrilled. I want to cry. And I'm so nervous because I have to play.
Stephanie Powers and the cast of Heart to Heart asked Hollywood to get together for a day of polo and barbecue to raise money for the William Holden Wildlife Education Center in Kenya. At $100 a ticket, stars and spectators turned out in force. The fun began as 20 movie and TV stars mounted Peruvian horses for a celebrity parade.
Larry, how you doing? Well, I'm just sitting on this little rocking chair here.
It was a heyday for the Hollywood press and a real crowd pleaser. But the main event was polo, Stephanie Powers' new passion.
As a spectator who doesn't know that much about polo, it's so exciting because it's right up there in front of you. And it's thrilling. It's thrilling. Okay, you will see. You will see.
With great enthusiasm, Stephanie led the red team into the arena, ready to challenge Pamela Sue Martin's white team. But if you think this is just a bunch of celebrities putting on a show, you're wrong. They've been practicing for some serious competition. When the game was over, everyone stood in the winner's circle. Stacy Keach, Pamela Sue Martin, and William Devane won the match, but the folks from Heart to Heart won the day. This event raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the William Holden Wildlife Foundation. Quite an accomplishment for Stephanie Powers and all the people who helped. But Stephanie says today has also been a success because she believes that she's converted a few people to her favorite sport.
Why do we love the feeling of living on the edge? Find out next.
PM Magazine. You know, we seem to love to scare ourselves in hundreds of ways, like our first people on the show this evening, the ghost hunters, and there's suspense thrillers, horror movies, and even roller coasters.
What, you might ask yourself, what attracts us to this reign of terror? Why do we scream for more?
The amusement park Ferris wheel is a classic American tradition, modernized at sleek new playgrounds like Marriott's Great America near Chicago, a place where the meeker seek out slow-paced fun on tame, ambling antique cars. But most people come for the big, fast, frightening rides, whose sole purpose is to scare the living daylights out of every passenger who takes a seat. And strangely enough, that's exactly what every passenger wants it to do.
I want to get scared to death. I love to be scared. I'm sort of semi-masochistic.
Some say it's the sense of danger and uncontrolled chaos that terrifies us and thrills us. Figuring out why is a specialty of psychologist William Cheyrl.
The ultimate chaos is death itself. So the fear that you have is how much of that death do you want to taste? Do you want to taste just a tiny bit of it, or do you want to taste a lot of it?
A roller coaster does give you a taste of that ultimate chaos. Just enough. Not too much, because it'll always bring you safely back. But as the ride gets going, you can't help but have some doubts. You have forced yourself, only for a moment, to face intense, fleeting fear.
And in essence, for want of a better term, do battle with the gods and survive.
Survival is all most people think about when the coaster climbs toward the first big drop, making strange, unsettling noises.
You suddenly realize this is not a safe machine. Something's wrong, they're missing a few cogs. You're convinced it's now something's broken in it, and you're going to die. You then get to the top of it. At this point, you've decided this was a serious mistake.
I had all kinds of thoughts like, why the hell am I doing this? You know, I must be crazy. Get me out of here.
I was freaking out. You look over the top and you see nothing.
The first drop, a 140-foot fall, is what a roller coaster is all about. It may last only seconds, but it seems to go on forever.
The first 20 or 30 feet, you think to yourself, it's not so bad, I can handle it. The next 20 or 30 feet, oh my God, I think I'm losing it. The next 20 or 30 feet, oh my God, if this doesn't stop, I'm going to die. The last 20 or 30 feet, just before it bottoms out, is, oh my God, I'm sure something even worse than death is going to happen to me, and you let go. The ride then does a lot of curves, which is a very maternal kind of thing, like, ooh, oh yeah, oh, that feels good. And then they'll go around in circles, which sort of hug you into this thing, and it makes you feel much better.
By the time the ride's over, fear gives way to a simple sense of pleasure.
It makes me feel 16 again.
It was good. But they told me I was going to Cleveland.
You're now looking forward from the first car of the Demon, a roller coaster that turns its riders upside down and inside out, all in the never-ending effort to provide still more fear to conquer.
It's fun because it's a controlled, very nurturing, twists, tubular steel, curves. Even though you're dropping, even though you're a part of that chaos, it does care for you. You get the feeling that this ride is concerned with you.
While the traditional coasters offer a curving joyride, along with a fearful drop, a new ride takes a more brutal approach. It's called The Edge, and it's a huge success.
This is as close as most people ever want to get to the edge. New at Marriott's Great America. The longest 2.5 seconds in the world.
The Edge handles you roughly. It makes sure you feel helpless as it shoots you up a 60-foot tower, pushes you to the edge, holds you there just long enough to make you panic, and drops you.
The Edge doesn't care about you. To the edge, you are of absolutely no consequence.
Living on the edge.
Your heart rushes up to your throat, and you're breathless for about 2.5 seconds.
So the Edge modernizes another amusement park tradition, streamlining the rolling roller coaster into a 60-foot plunge. It may not replace the traditional coasters, but it is attracting a devoted following.
I love it. This is my 5th time.
Wearable art. We've shown you examples of this on PM Magazine before, but it's part of a new, exciting exhibit here at the Lawrence Gallery. 28 artists from Oregon and Washington.